Turn the radionics knob to find the right frequency. This must be Bionucleus 7H. Better be careful. The contamination here can mess with your molecular structure. Turn the radionics knob to find the right frequency. Flying fists. With enough keys, you'd think. You always find good use for things like that. The world is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Some sharp wood scrap there. Watch for splinters. This won't be a field trip. It's the real thing. Make something from that. Turn the radionics knob to find the right frequency. Even with the world ending, there are fresh days ahead. kind of scrap you need. What? Gotta try the key to see. Hold on to that. Whoa, smell that? Biohazard nearby. Broke it down into scrap. You should be able to use that. Can't be too many days like this left at the rate the world is ending. It's far away. Juju's shop is here somewhere.
Anihillo to. Tumma. Sa hindi.
Bujong sigan.
Juju is just thrilled to finally meet you. Even in these darkest days when the spotlights are growing dim, you're like a fresh outfit. Complains that not as many care about style anymore now that the world is hurtling toward its doom. Thinks you have the power to steer the fate of the world one way or the other. He wants you not only to save it, but to look fabulous doing so.
sanga.
He knows you have the heart of a hero. He just wants you to look like one, too.
Kojigan.
Wonders if you ever think about how things might be if you'd chosen one style over another. It's amazing how even a single switch stitch in the right spot can change things.
나는 점중 시라뷴.
It's a lot easier to change outfits than to change your life.
완상.
Likes how the world seems to be getting its act together. Been sliding down too long.
미래신 바이런 vegan.
Thanks you for darning up the whole holes in the world. It's not a perfect world, but it's the only one that fits.
미래신 바이런 vegan.
Thinks it's good you're working with the Myriad. The Sifu there has the best taste in styles.
부자.
That's because he prefers the outfits he makes himself.
시영강.
But that's enough about them. He wants to talk about him.
아나스나브시스시.
He wonders if you can see it too. The common threads that have sewn everyone together through the years. They're all broken.
보연이 무슨 빈다.
But fortunately, he's good at smoothing things over, choosing things that are chic and glossing the aesthetics.
실망.
Most come here to get relief from how ugly the world has become. He works a lot with mood, be it good or bad.
실망.
Says how you dress tells the world who you are. You should be clear and amazing.
Anihillo to ma. Say hindi.
맑은.
Some even think what he does is magic, changing the way you feel with style. That's how he got his nickname, Juju.
고도간.
He's been zigzagging all night. He has a fiber he needs to get done, but he's run out of bobbin. Now his reputation is hanging by a thread.
노림새에서.
He needs to thread the needle, but the only spare bobbin he knows about, well, he saw it attached to a kite flying free in the wind. He'll do what he can for you if you get him that bobbin.
나연루.
Says you'll get it all stitched up in no time. That's an upsy-dups. Good for learning how to haul up. It soars like a kite, so it better be one. Latch onto it before it flies away. Reel that in. Juju will be pleased to see you manage to get hold of a bobbin, even though it's the unconventional kind.
Kutosa.
엠샤게름 예진티사.
Juju is thrilled over the bobbin and the fact that he'll be able to finish the fiber.
피프푸.
He believes couture can do that for you, you know. Change the way you feel and also change the way others feel about you.
피프푸.
He's prepared something for you while you were away. Do you want it to fit your mood or do you want a change of heart?
나는 원.
This really brings out the best in you. That's not fashion, just a positive being with a positive outlook on life on bright display.
고도간.
That's what he wants you to feel when you wear it. Let's hope you won't regret it. That's a keeper. It's so dark out. Faster, better. That's the top of a shaftiloo, a gigantic dig hole toxanol cut into the forest to pull things out of the earth. The oil claimed this land a long time ago. You need to turn the pegs in sync. You really put a spin on it. For a beastie, this mount is so gentle. turn the pegs in sync. You really put a spin on it. Good parts make for good scrap. You have a good eye for that stuff. Careful nothing's sneaking up on you. It's a bit less black out there. There you go. One bona fide track. Even out here in the middle of all this mess, there were things to explore. Oh, they took tankers and tankers of it. Felt like they could have filled the ocean with that junk. Thinking about the goo, well, maybe they did. The tracks roll on from here to lands far beyond. Could be danger around any corner down here. Altitude can't stop you. So much damage. You're fading. This could be the beginning of the end of everything. Look at that notice board. Probably for those looking for a ride away from this place. You're getting close to us. You found traces even here. Even in the most disgusting parts of the world, they still liked to wander. Most of it got carted away a long time ago. You never know what you might find if you look hard enough, though. Maybe the tracks could lead you to some place that doesn't stink quite so bad next. Seems the nozzles need to be regulated to set the pipe workings in motion. Now that's unblocked, there's nothing stopping the flow. Scrap like this should hold up well. need to replug the cables so each match the sequence. Nice. That rearrangement should be enough to let enough electric current pass through the board. Don't let the dark time take you. You'd think a notice board like that must have had all sorts of travel schedules posted on it over the years. But that's all come to an end. Keep your eyes on the horizon. There should be an up in the station around here. This is where travelers used to get on ancient flap-flap machines and fly high above the dirty clouds. They called it an aerodrome, from what you'd be able to tell from old pamphlets found here. Those machines needed lots of go juice to stay in the air. Eventually, they had to come down. Look sharp and you'll probably find traces of travels here, too. That's it. No surprise that travelers wound their way through here. Air travel used to be the fastest way to get around. Maybe too fast. You miss a lot of the world when you're buzzing over it. Some of those machines could fly faster than sound. They made huge booms as they passed overhead. You might not be able to fly out of here, but you can still follow more of those traces all over the world. Needs a key. You need to regulate the nozzles so they adjoin. Now that's unblocked, there's nothing stopping the flow. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Someone locked it solid. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Hard to believe that notice board still has anything on it. Don't think the machines that worked here posted many things. You're getting closer to one of Toxanol's automaker mats. Just keep your ears up. The Toxanol Corporation manufactured many things here. Few of them lasted any longer than the place did. They made anything that could be paid for. It was usually cheap stuff that broke fast, so you had to buy it again. Keep on the lookout for a track. Might find it among all the trash. You found the track. Even among all this junk, there was plenty to learn about and explore. Too true. But in the long run, everything gets thrown away. Even the living. Don't waste too much time on the tracks here. There are always others to be found, and in less depressing places. All about destiny. Yours, mine, the entire world's. That's a surf hurdle. The company put those up to harness the power of flowing goo, which doesn't flow so well now. Surprised that board never got washed away with the surge of the surf. Listen up. You might be able to hear a surf hurdler when you get closer to it. The surf hurdle harnessed the power of flowing water. The plant had to stop because the goo got way too thick. It's not thick enough that you could stand on it, but it's too thick for it to get through the parts of the surf hurdle that matter. You should find a track here if the goo hasn't washed it away. there's the track, and still goo-free. Not even raging surf could stop those explorations. Glad you feel that way. It's a big world, and it seems like there's always more to see. And once you see it all, you can go back and see how it's changed. One thing about finding all those tracks, you know you're making tracks too. Raw materials for your needs. You're cut off from the world above. Ended it. Hurts a lot. That board is filled with all sorts of hopes and fears of those who didn't like the city or nature and got trapped in between. You're getting close to what they used to call suburbia now. Not quite a city, and nothing like nature. When the cities became too polluted, some moved here. Eventually, they ran out of places to escape. Back then, it was easier to move away from the messes you made than try to do anything to clean them. You'll find some traces of travels, even out here in the sticks. The plague that's ruining the land needs to be stopped. Well, what do you know? There's another track. Sometimes, even seasoned travelers needed a chance to get away from the hustle of the city. It's a wonderful place to raise a family, if you think there's a future for them. The tracks you found here will lead you back into the thick of things, eventually. Reflexed. It's time to create your own path. What a notice board! With those who moved through here, they must have had a lot to say to each other. There's a chug stop around here, no doubt about it. Choo-choo stopped here back before the fuel ran out. You have to share roads. There's only room for one chug-chug on a rail at a time. Don't just look at the rails, and you might find traces of other things. You found that track. Comforting to see that old things like that remain. Keep looking for things like that, and you might well find the best stops along with the best trails. Back in the old days, they used to move a lot of travelers. Hard to imagine that now. There's more trail to find still. As much as you've discovered, the world is yours to explore. The right key could open this. This should hold out a bit longer than most. Hope you haven't seen the scar. Just a few moves left. Make them count.